Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Jamil. So let's see where market can move and how we can plan for tomorrow. And we are going to see weekly time frame, then daily, then 50-minute time frame. So let's start with weekly time frame first. Last week we discussed on here, after continuously selling, that to be in 3 weeks on selling in one direction, market need to be paused on here. And also important point we discussed, 11,000 is a round level. And remember, round level always act as a support and resistance in the market. So and if support and resistance hit for the first time if support hit it's respect. You can see here this level also for the first time market touch and it's a positive momentum. This means this support are expecting in the market. So similar we discuss on here, 11,000 is a round level and a fresh level, and this is the first time market going to touch this level. After if it is the first time touch this level, market need to be respect on here. No doubt we discussed either we are going to see this kind of pause candle or either kind of like reversal candle from here on that range for this week. No doubt market made very strong positive momentum on here, but the good things that these are the resistance level also breakout on upside, and also 12,000 another round level start to work as a support resistance for the market, but market able to close above 12,000. So the trending, no doubt market is positive, look like positive, but trending will going to be happen aggressive. Trending means aggressively buying can be possible above this swing only, which is existing 12,800, 12,900 on that range. Because remember one point, from the place where market sharply fall down from here, if market somehow able to close above on that range, any candle close above this swing, that means seller has been weak on here and market can be aggressively buying on here. So this is the place where market can, if markets for this week, suppose we assume market able to close on by making this kind of green candle able to close above this swing, then next upcoming week no doubt market can be very big upside momentum. And the price action we can see easily on here, sharp selling, first pullback, again selling, then it's a pullback. Then what pattern you can see here? No doubt it's on W pattern. Remember, W pattern is the sign, is a trend reversal sign. W pattern is the pattern that giving us the trend reversal. I hope you understand this point. In the positive market should not be opening the gap down. If anything, gap down 40 to 50% drawdown, that to be in weekly time frame, then it can be negative once again. I hope you understand this point, but I'm not saying it cannot be go. Definitely it can be, market in positive momentum, market can be trouble, but this is the place we're going to be volatile week. We are going to see kind of like gap up, gap down continuously, market be open for this week, because this is the place is the seller will going to defense for the last time for this week. No doubt it is going to be the volatile week. Once again I want to remind on here, because you can see here 12,000 is a resistance level and 12,800 is a last hope for the seller don't want to close the market above their high. So if it is buyer able to close, then market going to be positive. For by making this kind of scenario, market will going to face a volatility stage for this week. So I hope you understand this point, friends. So let's check the daily time frame to understand how we can planning to take a trade and market can move. No doubt it's on positive momentum. You can see here from the support, market continuously going on upside. But you have to remember also one more important point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days market become green on here. So that means buyer aggressively start to buying from the bottom level. But market generally cannot going to sustain if it is only one direction. Market need to be, if it is on direction, market need to be pause here someday, then it can be continuation. But the way market is moving, it's not going to be sustained, to be honest. It need to be retraced, but these retrace will give you the opportunity for the selling, because these retrace will give us opportunity for the buying, because you can see here each and every swing buyer are going to utilize. It's a positive momentum. If it is retracement, this is the level going to be support. You can see here 11,700, 11,750, 11,800 going to be important support for the market. Until this swing going to be intact, market going to be positive. And though suppose on intraday for tomorrow market market fall down from here, and 1 to 2 day market start to hold on here. Remember, selling always fast. If market start to become sideways and sideways volatile, that to be on upside, no doubt it's a positive sign momentum. Any breakout, any positive candle for intraday, we can plan to buy on here. I hope you understand this point. Remember, it's on continuation momentum. Market cannot be going to sustain on here. And remember one important point, gap always acts as a support and resistance in the market. So this gap may going to act as resistance for this market for tomorrow or even after tomorrow. So for this, market can be face selling pressure on here, then any kind of breakout for his latest swing that could be looking completely high, so market can become positive and it can be positive traveling for this week. I hope you understand this point. Let's take the 50-minute time frame, how we can plan to take a trade for tomorrow. Last Friday we discussed on here, if anything flat we can plan to buy on here, but if anything gap up, that market can be volatile on here, because due to this support you can see due to this resistance you can see here, this is the place, no doubt it's a resistance level, but you can see after directly open gap up, market start to continuously going on upside. So remember one point, how you understand if gap up are going to be sustained or not. This is the first rules for the gap up or even gap down. If anything gap up more than 100 point, 150 point for the NASDAQ, you have to wait for first 50 minutes. If 50-minute candle going to be sustained, it is most chances are very high, it can be next candle can be positive momentum. Market can make this next candle can be positive momentum. So everyone can see after gap up opening, market going to be sustained. So if it is sustained, what next? No doubt it can be positive upside traveling. So even if you do scalping on here, easily you can achieve your 1:2 point on here. So let's see how we can plan for tomorrow. But we discussed on last day that we are Friday we are not going to be take a trade, but no doubt after opening continuously, market traveling on upside, and you also know that a few news that market received that to be in positive side. That's why market in end of the closing, market continuously become positive momentum on here. So let's see how we can plan for tomorrow. No doubt after opening flat, as soon as it cross the high, we have to plan to buy on here as per the price, because market is continuously on upside momentum. So after opening flat, as soon as it break the high, we have to plan to buy. But remember, reduce your quantity, because already buying momentum done on here. You can see here from this exact bottom we discussed on even on daily time frame, from this bottom market continuously going on upside, so it need to be retraced somewhere, and this is the place may act as resistance for the market, and market exactly is standing near on his gap. Remember, gap always act as support and resistance in the market. So for the buying, we have to buy, but with a small quantity. Don't planning to buy with a big quantity, because market suppose after gap up, after opening flat, as soon as break the high, it can be travel upside, but any price, any of the certain level after reaching, market can be start to become negative, and this negative means market can come for the profit booking. Buyer can book their profit after touching this kind of like round level and also resistance level. This is our first plan. Suppose even anything directly gap up, because last day also gap up, and even for this, for Monday, for tomorrow morning, suppose if market directly open in the gap up exactly 12,300 and 12,200 and 250 after opening gap up, we have to wait first 50-minute candle to become negative. Any 50-minute candle become negative near on this swing, we can plan to sell on here, and exactly we can achieve our 1:2 target. 60 to 40 to 45 point going to be our stop loss, 1:2 going to be our target. And after opening gap up on here, note this gap can be filled for intraday, because continuously buying momentum, market cannot be sustained if anything gap up again, because suppose if you buy on here, no doubt it's on profit without doing anything with overnight. So if you buyer we're going to book the profit, market can be retraced on here, and this retrace we can capture on a selling side for tomorrow. Suppose for the gap up, we have to planning for the selling and a negative candle. For the flat, as soon as we break the high, we have to buy for tomorrow. And one important point, suppose if anything gap down, how we can plan? If anything gap down, then no doubt we have to be ignore the trade, because you can see here this is the aggressively buying. So aggressively buying, if anything directly gap down opening, this is the place will going to be act as a support for the market, and market will going to be on the range one more day again. Suppose, and if anything flat, it start to become negative on here. How we can understand? 12,000, no doubt it's on support for the market, because you can see here almost 3 to 4 hours market almost traveling on that small range. After almost traveling small range, it's on breakout. No doubt it's a buying market. So if anything start to any negative candle after opening flat above below 12,000, any negative candle kind of like price action, we can plan to buy on here, because these are the level going to be act as support. If this range not going to be sustained, and this kind of price action we see on the market, then we can plan to take a trade for selling side with a small quantity, and this is going to be the target, as well as 40 to 45 are going to be stop loss, 1 is going to be our target. I hope you understand all of this point, friend. So let's check the S&P 500 for intraday. Similar analysis, similar price movement. After opening flat, as soon as we break the high, we can try to buy on here, and 10 to 50 point going to be stops, 1 is going to be our target. If anything directly gap up, we have to be worried because round level are going to be 4,000. You can see the round level. Suppose after opening gap up, we don't plan to aggressively selling. Let the market see us to sign some kind of negative that we anticipate on Nasdaq. After opening gap up, suppose market is still on going upside, just be patient, be wait. Any negative candle near on 4,000, that to be in 50-minute time frame, go and short. 10 to 50 point going to be stop loss, and 1 is going to be target, and this target can be fall, market can be sharply fall down on here. I hope you understand this point, friend. And below this swing, we are going to sell 3,880. Any negative candle, and price action going to be, we have to see the price action, because on a buying market, price action, after making price action, generally seller are interested to sell on here. So you have to see the price action. On the price action, then we can try to sell, and this low can be our first target. So I hope you understand this point, friend. So let's take the stock. Which stock we can try to trade for tomorrow? First stock will going to be the Tesla, no doubt. It also on our buying list on Friday. It gives very good upside momentum that we saw on Friday, and still we can try to buy on here, because you can see here it's on trend line market. It's on trend line, market is maintaining and able to break the trend line on here, and 750 is the round level, you can see here. So 739, as soon as you break 739, you can try to buy on here, and $3 to $4 going to be stop loss, 1 is going to be our target. No doubt it's on positive momentum. You can see the price action, market is to become positive on here. So after opening flat 739, as soon as we break, we can try to buy on here, and round level 750 going to be our first target, and 3 to 4 point going to be stop loss, and 1 is going to be our target. And second stock will going to be Netflix. It is also for the buying side. You can see here market was completely trading on that range, and I think on here somewhere we plan to buy on here, but on that day after closing on positive momentum, we plan to buy on here, but the market did not move, it's paused on here. But on Friday, market become positive on here. Still it positive can be sustained for even for tomorrow. So 192, as soon as we break this level, need to be reached. After reach this level, we can try to buy on here. After opening flat 192, as soon as we break, we can try to buy on here, and nearest round level going to be $200 market can be reached for intraday. I hope you understand all of this pointer. If you understand, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and thank you very much.